Hey everybody, it's Ellie with Ellie's Mini Schnauzers, and today we're going to be talking about the Miniature Schnauzer breed. I get a lot of questions from puppy families, so we're going to cover the most popular questions that I tend to get. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and you'll get to see all the cute puppy videos first, as well as informational videos like this one. And if you haven't noticed, we have moved to a different filming location. So drop a comment below and let me know, do you miss my iconic red couches or was it time for a change? So, Miniature Schnauzers. Initially, they were bred as ratters in Germany. Interesting fact. Fact number 2 is they are non-shedding, hypo-allergenic dogs. What does this mean to you? So, non-shedding dogs means that you will not have dog hair everywhere, all over the couch, like my beautiful red couches. I don't have to clean dog hair off of. You're not gonna have dog hair all over your car or in your carpet, so that part's amazing. However, on the flip side, that means that you're going to need to have your dog in for haircuts or learn how to do the haircuts yourself. So I typically recommend that they get a haircut every 6 to 8 weeks if you're going to keep up with the Schnauzer cut. If you're okay with them being a little bit fluffier during the winter months, like here, we get -40. That's pretty cold. So my dogs, they're a lot happier when they're fluffy during the winter months. So we do a haircut maybe every 3 to 4 months during the winter. The hypoallergenic part means that if you have allergies, they're going to be a lot less likely to act up around a mini schnauzer. That doesn't mean that you're completely safe. I've had puppy families who were incredibly allergic, just like very, very bad allergies, and even around a mini schnauzer, they did have a reaction. That being said, it was oftentimes when they allowed the dog to lick their face. So if you're okay with setting boundaries and making sure that your dog doesn't lick your face, you probably are gonna be fine around a hypoallergenic dog. Number 3 on my list, mini schnauzers have a signature look of bushy eyebrows, and they've got the adorable mustache, and then they also have a skirt on their tummy and their legs. It is just a gorgeous look, and it adds so much character and so much personality to these dogs. Traditionally, they have a docked tail, and most of the time I see them with natural ears. Mine always have natural ears, but I have seen photos of mini schnauzers that have cropped ears. I'm not sure that that's a thing in Canada anymore, to be honest, but I have seen photos. Question number 4 that I get on a regular basis is, how big do miniature schnauzers get? Well, I'm speaking based off of my personal experience with my own dogs. Typically about 5 pounds when they come home at 8 weeks old. That'll give you a good idea of what size of harness to be shopping for. When they're fully grown, however, they're usually about in that 20-pound range, as long as they're at a healthy weight. If they're overweight, they're going to be more than 20 pounds. If they're underweight, they're going to be under 20 pounds. But ballpark, within a few pounds of 20-ish pounds, and anywhere from 10 to 12 inches at the shoulder. My males do tend to be a little bit larger than the females, but not a huge amount. So ballpark, you're looking at 20-ish pounds and 10 to 12 inches at the shoulder. Official mini schnauzer, or just in general schnauzer colors, there are only 3. One starts with our black, just a traditional black dog. You might have like a tiny patch of white on their chest, or a little bit on their chin, or a little bit of white on their toes, but in general, they're completely black. Aside from like just a little bit of white markings. The next one, not to be confused with black, is called black and silver. And this is more of a yin and yang look. So you've got a primarily black dog with white markings on their eyebrows. They'll have white markings pretty consistently, through their mustache, their legs. They're going to have more symmetrical markings with the black and silver. And then the next color that is officially recognized for the Mini Schnauzer breed is salt and pepper. And I personally feel like this is the more traditional look. It is what you expect from a Mini Schnauzer. The black and silver is a lot harder to find, at least in our area. So it is one of the most requested colors that I get. However, the salt and pepper is a very, very well-loved traditional look. I'll link some photos for you guys to take a look at to give you a good idea of what the different colors are. All three of these are gorgeous colors, and it plays into their personality that much more, I feel, when they have the accent colors in their eyebrows. So like with the black and silver or the salt and pepper. This is one of the biggest things for Mini Schnauzers. Their personality is larger than life. They really do think that they are human, they're a person, they're part of the family. They don't really think that they're one of the dogs. So they're gonna wanna do everything with you. Everything you're doing, they think it's something that they need to be involved in. And the personality, like I said, it is larger than life. They typically will have one person who is their person. So if you're the one who feeds them, it's probably you. They love everybody, but the person who is their person, if you're sitting on the couch with everybody else, you're the lap that they want to sit in. Oh my goodness, the we're gonna get to later when it comes to the barking question. But they have the signature which I can't do very well, sorry guys. But it's adorable and it is so Mini Schnauzer. So if you've ever been around a Mini Schnauzer, you know this is true. That personality is to die for. Males versus females. So females tend to be a little bit more on the sensitive side. So Ladybug, for example, if she gets into trouble, she acts like she's in trouble. She's like pouting and sensitive, and it takes her a little while to bounce back. Whereas Zeus or Romeo are males. If they get into trouble, it'll be 5 seconds later and they're like, hey, pet me, pay attention to me. And they're just like happy-go-lucky. So I don't think that you can go wrong male versus female. That is a question that I get from my families a lot is, should I go with a male? Should I go with a female? They're going to both be incredibly amazing personalities. I just think that the males do tend to be a little bit more of the happy-go-lucky and not taking things as seriously, which sometimes can, you know, not be ideal when you want them to take things seriously, but they're both amazing. Temperament-wise, Mini Schnauzers love everybody, but they are also incredibly good guard dogs. They will let me know when someone is here, and as soon as I let them know, yes, they're company, they're not intruders, they mellow out and they just quiet down and we're good to go. If they were intruders, they would not let up with that barking. Back to the size part. With them being roughly 20 pounds, 10 to 12 inches at the shoulder, this is an incredibly great size of dog to take with you on vacation, take with you to the lake. They are such good travelers. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of my puppy families go with miniature schnauzers, because they like to be able to take their dog with them when they're traveling as a family. So Mini Schnauzers are also incredibly smart dogs. I'll tell you a quick story. So around here in Saskatchewan, we get -40 winters with blowing wind and snow. It's absolutely miserable. So the last thing that I want to do is open up the door and have to call the dogs to come back in, because they go outside to do their business. They come in, they live in the house with us. But I'm a bit of a wimp and I don't want to open the door to call them. So I knock on the window of the door to say, hey guys, are you ready to come in? They know that's the signal for them to come to the door, they come in. So, you know, takes them a couple days to learn, maybe, no big deal. Knock on the window, they come running. Summer, winter, that's their signal. Well, when I have puppies, it only takes them a couple days to learn that means dinner's coming. When I knock on that window, their mama's coming back in and they get food. So these, I don't know, sometimes they're 5 weeks old, 5-week-old puppies, and they will start howling, all excited, like knowing that their mom is coming in and they're gonna get dinner. It is adorable, and it's just like mind-blowing how quickly they learn. It's, yeah, they're super, super smart dogs. So the life expectancy of Mini Schnauzers is roughly 12 to 15 years. You might get more than 15 years. You might only get 12 years. However, if you are really diligent about your nutrition and exercise, hopefully your dog will have a good quality of life up until, 15 or even 18 years. So I give my dogs a Nuvette pet supplement. It is all natural, it's organic, and it tastes like chicken liver, and my dogs love it. So when you buy your Mini Schnauzer, you need to take a look at what the vet recommends for proper nutrition. Make sure that they are getting enough exercise. It'll play into the longevity and the quality of life for your Mini Schnauzer. Energy levels. That is another big factor for Mini Schnauzers. They have so much energy, they will go run a marathon with you happily enough, or they will cuddle up on the couch and watch a movie. So a lot of it does depend on your household. It depends on you. They've got plenty of energy to do anything that you want to do with them, but then it's not like there's no off switch. So they will cuddle up and just snuggle. You want to make sure that you're taking your Mini Schnauzer out for regular walks, runs, cycling, or you've got a fenced backyard. You probably even want to consider having a companion for them, because the dogs will run around and they'll wear each other out, and then they sleep so much better at night, which is amazing. And with a companion, you're not going to be there with them 24/7. Chances are, anyway. So for them to have a companion, another dog during the day when you're gone to work, gone to school, doing whatever errands you have to do, when you come home, they're not gonna be lonely and listless and like, I thought you left me forever. They're going to be a lot more cheerful. They're gonna have a better attitude. So I really do think that Mini Schnauzers are the type of dog that you want to have a companion for. Barking. Barking is a topic that I'm sure you have heard so much about if you are researching small dog breeds. And Miniature Schnauzers do bark. They can be very vocal. However, it comes down to the question of nature versus nurture. So much of their barkiness, yappiness, vocalization, whatever you want to call it, really does come down to your house and the energy levels that you maintain in there. If it's a very busy household, a lot of anxious energy, or your training. Are you actually consistently training your dog? Those are the biggest two things that will factor into whether or not they're going to be yappy dogs. Right now, I'm filming this entire video with all of my dogs in the house. Have you heard them once? No. That's because they're not yappy dogs. I like them to be guard dogs. I like them to be my doorbell. I like them to let me know when somebody's here. And if there were intruders, I would feel a lot more safe and secure knowing that these dogs can be very ferocious sounding, even if they probably aren't. Actually, we've never had to test it out, but but that being said, once our guests have arrived and I let them know their company, they're supposed to be here, my dogs be quiet. They just mellow down. They want pets. They might beg for pets, but they are not yappy dogs. So if your dog is yappy, you might want to do a little bit more research on how to train your dog properly. Not to say that a little bit of vocalization isn't okay. Like, they're cute little schnauzer. Oh! Sometimes in the morning, my dogs are my alarm clock. That they're like, Mom, you overslept. It's time to get up. And they will start howling in this adorable, sad little harmony. Training. Once again, these dogs are so incredibly smart. Torino is one of my puppies. I'm so proud of him. I love getting the puppy updates from him. He's a therapy dog that works with children, and these dogs are just so smart that they can go through any kind of training you want to put them through. All right, guys, I think that was everything that I had for you today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't miss any important questions that you have for me. If you do have more questions, be sure to drop a comment below. Like I said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe, because I love hearing feedback from you guys. I love being able to share the cute puppy videos, photos on my Facebook page. So subscribe. And also, lastly, I really do want to hear from you. Do you miss my iconic red couches, or do you like a change? So that's it for me. I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye. Yeah, they give great snuggles. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm doing terrible with this.